components themselves. So what are the high availability features of the Oracle Exadata out of the box? So, I mean, we're going to take each of those features one by one. We're going to start with storage. One of the biggest things about storage is, even in your typical Oracle databases, you have storage nodes or storage servers in the form of SAN systems such as EMC Square or NetApp, or maybe NAS systems such as Oracle Zone ZFS storage appliance. In most cases, what that does is while they will handle some mirroring and some I/O errors and storage checksum failures, what the storage cluster on the Exadata does is it does all of that, plus it performs additional validation on the database blocks itself. So I mean, it is not just checking and repairing corruption on the physical storage medium, but also within the database blocks on the data itself. How it is able to do that is by using the ASM feature of the Oracle database. So the Exadata storage cluster is a bunch of Intel-based servers themselves that are optimized and configured only for the purpose of providing storage, right? In addition, because we're using ASM, we have the ability to create multiple disk groups and multiple failure groups. So what that does is those failure groups and disk groups will allow for disk failures or even full-on hardware failures, and still make sure that your database continues to run while you resolve problems. In addition, the ASM automatically ensures that the disk group placement on the disks themselves is done so as to provide maximum availability, maximum scalability, and maximum performance. So in terms of mirroring and striping, ASM on the Exadata storage cluster will give you probably the best possible configuration for an Oracle database. The InfiniBand network, as I've said, I mean, the InfiniBand network is a pretty big piece of the whole Exadata engineered system architecture, the engineering itself. It is a 40 gigabit network that is running on redundant interfaces, redundant HCAs on each component of the Exadata database machine. That includes your database servers, that includes your storage servers. In addition, the switches that are connected to those database and storage servers by themselves are redundant also. So all failures in terms of switch, port, NIC, they are all handled transparently, and the end user doesn't even realize that there is some problem happening. The compute nodes or the database servers themselves, as I said, I mean, the database servers utilize real application clusters and are configured in a high availability configuration, the active-active. The simplest configuration is the Exadata quarter rack, which has 2 database nodes, all the way up to an Exadata full rack, which has 8 database nodes. In addition, there are features available within the Oracle database software itself that allow us to take advantage of the Exadata, the database machine, and configure redundancies and performance to make best use of the hardware available to us. Performance optimizations, I mean, we can do better memory management using huge pages. We can configure SGA, PGA. We have what is known as instance caging, which we'll probably get to in the next slide. All right. I think we missed one slide, but basically, as I was saying, we've got instance caging, which allows us to pin a particular database to a number of CPUs on the database servers. For example, your database server may be running a dual 12-core CPU, which gives you 24 cores on per database server. You can have a database, for example, your HR database, pinned to 4 of those cores. So it will only utilize those 4 cores, and only that database will utilize those 4 cores. What does that do? That gives you the independence to have mixed workloads set up on the Exadata without one affecting the other. So you could have a transactional database such as HR with an analytical database such as a data warehouse running on the same database machine without one impacting the other. Now you might ask what that has to do with high availability, but I mean obviously if you've got heavy data load happening in your data warehouse and if that is going to affect your transactional database, that really is not high availability. So all of these features within the Exadata and in the Oracle database come out of the box, and they make it possible for you to consolidate your databases and ensure that each line of business or each business group is able to work independently without one affecting the other. In addition, there are what is known as automated health checks built into the Exadata. There is a script that can be scheduled to run, which is called ExaCheck. It is a very, very comprehensive configuration check of the entire Exadata software and hardware. Basically a 100-point check that will spit out a pretty large HTML file giving you a rating out of 100, how many points you scored and what are the areas that need attention. It could be anything in the InfiniBand network to the database nodes to something specific on the database nodes themselves. For example, a particular memory DIMM has failed or is not working properly. So it will give you all of that information in there. It also reports any variances that you may have from standard ME best practices, and suggests any configuration changes or corrective measures that we should be taking. Typically, you would want to run it on a monthly or a bi-monthly basis, and also every pre and post maintenance session, every patching session, every database upgrade session, you would want to run it before and after just to make sure that the maintenance has completed successfully and has not affected any of your databases.